allez dans la cour. S'il vous plaît, allez dans la cour.
As men, there are several things that we have been conditioned by to live, like in the society. And some of these things are for men not to show emotions, for men not to cry, for men not to, talk about how they feel. We have been conditioned to say less. And that is why we brought to you a show, Say Less, for men, by men. My name is Crispy K. I have with me
Oheneba Nurudeen, and it's a long time coming. For real. Thinking about how this whole process began and how we have to pitch to a lot of people to believe in what we see and how we want things to be projected out there.
Let me tell you a joke. I know they didn't mean it, but the very first time I told someone we're putting together a podcast for men, it's called Say Less. The person was like, I don't think we should have another show for men and talking about men all the time. We've had enough of these shows. Why are you talking about men?
How many do we even have in the industry?
I mean, come on, a show for men by men.
Maybe I thought the person felt like we are coming to chase women, like be hard on women, make it look like we are coming to grabbing what women are already doing, just tarnish everything. But that's not the case. That's not what we're trying to do.
No.
What we are doing here is to empower the man to know what is up for him to grab.
So, this is just a pilot episode. We want to introduce to you everything that we are going to be discussing on the show. Don't forget to click the subscribe button and also on the bell notification icon so you can get every episode. This is the very first one. You get the other ones that will come up, as time goes on. But we do have a guest with us to introduce and open our show, man. A tall brother.
Yeah, a tall brother.
Yeah. The map of Ghana, the north, is above there. Yeah. So I feel like because he's from there, that's how he got the height. He's that tall to the north. Tiah Alidu. What's up, man?
I just want to say something. Okay, this is my camera, right?
Yeah, that's the camera.
I am here under duress.
By who?
Who forced you?
I was coerced.
By?
I was promised. Oh, boys call me, Charlie, with the chops on watch, you go come. I say, oh yeah, sure. I showed up here in a t-shirt and shorts and Charlie Wati. Because boys say they can't chop watch for some house. I come, they shadow for me. I should come and talk about my feelings.
I mean, there was no other way we could have got to you if it was anything about watching.
You're not the kind of guy to convince easily to come on set. I mean, since
we barely see you after your
do you guys see this?
What does that mean? What does that mean?
Are you explaining?
You know. This is the sign for help. I have been kidnapped. I'm not supposed to be here. Where's my jollof?
No.
You promised me jollof. You said.
Hold on. Let me just go online. What do you want?
I want jollof.
Okay.
With plantain.
Okay.
I want an egg. I want the egg fried and cooked so too.
Okay.
Then I want should I take like a big piece of grilled chicken or chicken wings? Plenty. 11 chicken wings, spicy.
Why are you making me all hungry all
spicy.
Of a sudden?
Charlie, are you serious?
Don't mind the body. I look smart. They chop pass. If you know what I mean. Are they chop pass?
Where they
Hey.
I have intentionally ignored that.
Hey, let's be guided.
Okay.
Let's be guided.
No, that's okay.
So have you the order the show?
We are done.
Yeah, I'm done.
Thank you.
I'm done.
But Tiah, how are you?
I am. That's a very tricky question to ask a man.
Yeah.
The default. Oh yeah, Charlie, I'm cool. So what I usually do is instead of asking how are you, I ask, are you happy?
Okay.
So are you happy?
Am I happy?
Yes.
No, in my current state, I am.
Of course.
How about you? No, are you happy?
Yeah, I'm happy.
Because people, oh, how are you? Yeah, it's become so default.
Yeah.
How are you? I'm fine.
Yeah.
without even thinking about
Thinking
it.
about it, yeah.
It's like those people that lie to people that I
Or they
miss
go
you.
add,
I
I'm
miss you. I
blessed
miss you
and
too.
you-
You are a liar. You are a liar. You have not missed me. You know the biggest lie in the world?
Oh, yeah.
LOL.
Laughing. Just type on the keyboard
Yeah.
with a frown face.
Yeah,
You know, mean
and-
mugging.
yeah, but LOL. So I
LOL.
created mine.
What's that?
Salts. SALTS.
Silent.
No.
What?
Smiled a little, then stopped.
Guys, this is Tiah. They're expecting something you've never heard
Yeah.
or seen before. That's how Tiah.
But congratulations on your show, guys. Come on.
Thanks, man.
Hey.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
You know what we do?
Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah, so
That's
you
the
guys
key.
are coming to cry on the show. Let's talk about feelings.
Do I look like
and
tears, man?
Men don't cry.
I'm sorry.
Members.
I have a question.
Okay.
When was the last time you cried?
That should be a week or two ago.
Really? What did you cry
Yeah.
about?
I think I was angry and I just needed to let out my emotions. So I played. I was playing one song like that. You know, I just sat down and simmer down. Yeah,
They're playing Simmer Down.
yeah, Black Sheriff. Yeah, I don't know. Like it just.
Okay,
I got angry. I needed to just relax, man.
Yeah.
You know, everything
Yeah.
cool down. I cried a lot. I wept.
That's
Cries and
So
understatement.
Simmer Down is your cry song.
Yeah, for now. I changed.
Wait, so is that a thing? People have cry music?
Yeah.
yeah.
And it's surprising as a man
know.
for me to tell you I have a crying music. Normally you hear it, you know, there is a place of heartbreak song
Yeah,
or something.
yeah.
And they'll cry. Yeah,
Wait,
yeah.
there's cry music?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's cry music.
So you also have a cry song?
I have a whole album of cry music. Trust me.
You don't have one. All you have is eat music.
Oh, hold on.
I'm
Yes. No, wait. Let's digest the first one.
Okay.
People have cry music.
Yeah.
Yes.
So now, do you know what I'm doing in my mind? I'm trying to figure out which of the songs I have on my playlist
That is cry music.
is cry music.
So thing is, it's not just I can listen to Simmer Down any day. Initially when you released that track, I mean it was vibes.
a fun-
You understand? I
yeah,
was driving when I
the
was
vibes
playing the
and
song,
all that.
right? But the words in the song, the lyrics, you know, they have a certain message.
Yeah.
Now, when you get into that exact mood to fit the message, then you actually feel it more than
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean,
it's like the song was written
Yeah.
for you. He listened to your
felt
story,
it.
did everything.
Exactly.
Like, okay,
Cry
Charlie,
music.
I just, yeah.
my latest cry music is Rags to Riches by Kwame Uju. That's the number one on my album right now. Everything about the song resonates so much with this moment, actually, because the last time I cried was yesterday when we were about to put this thing together to start the whole podcast. I'm like, is this going to be...
you sound like you cry a lot. Because he said he has a cry song. You have playlists.
Trust me, any little thing that I'm so full of
I
emotions.
feel so left out. I'm sorry.
course.
Cry music.
Yeah.
I don't think I have a cry song.
Why
Maybe I'll
don't
So
my
you have
okay,
that?
playlist
so I'm very very much in touch with my emotions.
Okay.
So I know how to express it.
Okay.
When I need to let it out, I let it out.
All right.
But to have
But is it bad for a man to cry?
it's not.
Okay.
It's really not.
Do you
It's
cry?
it's I do.
But you don't cry to music.
I've never thought about it. It sounds very therapeutic.
You know, let
It
me
is,
tell you
actually.
how might happen. So I'm angry to the point where I just can't hold it anymore, right? But the tears are not coming. But I know I need to let it out before I can feel okay. So Charlie,
Terrible.
Tia, back to the
Wow, I
the-
deviated the entire thing.
Yeah,
I know.
You're very
I know.
unprofessional.
Yeah.
Very,
And
very
you are doing it
unprofessional.
again, but hold on.
You should bring me back on this show so many times. Like, yeah.
So I mean, I want to actually give a certain insight into the show.
Okay.
From my personal perspective, right?
Okay.
So I'm the first of three boys.
Why isn't the alcohol in this?
There's no alcohol. in
You
it.
can freely speak without alcohol. Why do
Okay,
you need
continue. Continue.
it? If you try this again, I'll take your I'm the first of three boys,
Right.
right? And also you know, my line of cousins, like my siblings and all other cousins. I am the first boy, right? I have 4 older cousins who are all girls.
That's a lot of responsibility.
Now, my father
Right.
is also the first among his sibling line. That is a first boy, right? Or first man. And he has elder siblings who are, you know, ladies. Or sisters.
Right.
So he has elder sisters, right?
Right.
So when you look at this, I mean, just this family order I've given you, you can imagine the amount of responsibility that
Yeah.
is always drummed into my head. So every single thing I'm doing. I mean, I grew up where all 3 boys will misbehave, and I am the one, you're pointing out to that,
Oh yeah, be
make
normal.
sure that
Yeah.
your siblings learn from you.
Yeah.
It will go beyond your siblings to your cousins are looking at you. Your older cousin is even looking up to you. You get it? So with all this pressure and me going through life, I felt, do I even have a choice? Do I have the chance to say, no, I want to do this differently? It's not about you looking up to me in this way or that way, because if I become an engineer, will all of you become engineers? I need to sort of create my own path. I need to do my own thing. And these are, if I didn't find the right people to speak with, if I didn't find a good number of friends to be able to share with, probably I wouldn't be here today, right? So from that angle, I mean, I spoke to him, trying to put something like this together, and I realized that people relate to my story, and they'll want to hear probably how we navigated, have a bit of varied opinions on how to run this thing, and that's why I called him up and said,
but yeah,
can we do something like that?
I get you guys, and I'm actually glad that you guys are doing this, because the default settings for a man, I don't know what kind of show this is. Your microphone can't keep it up.
You're speaking so much.
The microphone
heavy
can't.
words
I have
that the microphone says
see what's happening.
Viewers,
Your microphone.
I
Can,
know what he's trying to do. It is not a reflection.
See, watch. What the microphone can stay up.
Don't pay attention to him.
Watch.
It is not a reflection of who we are as hosts.
I don't know what kind of a man show this is. You're supposed to be show about men, and then your microphone can keep it up.
I think our microphones are solidly up,
Can't you see?
but it's just yours.
It's just
probably
Watch.
probably it's about you.
Watch.
Tiah, I'm sorry.
Watch.
Just the microphone.
What? I did 3 times. It's falling again 3 times.
Maybe the microphone is in love.
Don't you have like a female producer? Maybe.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, so you came in just to tease us.
Yes.
You just came to tease us.
Yes.
We'll
Okay.
do it better.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's gonna get better. Don't worry.
we are blessed in how to raise the dead, not cure the sick.
I'm not calling for help from anyone.
There's no help for you.
Okay.
calling for help.
Okay. All right. Now, like I was saying, the default settings for men is endure.
Yeah.
Like, I bet you know a lot of men that are in your life.
Yeah.
That
A lot.
seem okay. You guys will hang out and have
Maybe-
drinks,
yeah.
go for karaoke, whatever.
Yeah.
But beyond that, there's no conversation about mental health. There's no conversation about emotional health. There's no conversation about, like, are you okay?
Are you
like
happy?
That it's a very, 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 very important question that we actually need to start answering.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Are you okay? Are you okay?
Not exactly. I don't say I'm fully okay.
See? And that's what the show. You see, I'm doing promo for you. That's what the show is about. He just opened up, and that's what. And I think that's what the show is going to do. It's going to encourage men to to open up.
Yeah.
I feel like let's start a Men Anonymous meetings. Hi, my name is Tiah. I'm a man. Hi, Tiah. Yeah.
That's your only problem.
Yeah.
In life. I am a man.
Yes. Because there's so many expectations set that like there's a yardstick that you have to
Meet automatically.
always.
Yeah.
You can't meet the yardstick. You're not a man if you meet it. You have to cross that yardstick. You have to cross where the line is drawn. Else you are deemed
Exactly.
what's the word?
You are
without-
worthy to be called a real man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because why are you a man complaining? Why are you a man talking about how some girl hurt your feelings? You're supposed to be audacious.
Oh,
Yeah,
Charlie,
like
just stuff
the
it up.
tough man.
So what?
Yeah.
Can't knock me for audacious.
Sad boys don't fold.
But unfortunately, we fold more than the one we don't fold.
But yeah,
Wow.
it's I can count so many instances in my life personally where I honestly wished I had people, men
Men figures, yeah.
to talk to. You understand what I mean? There was, and more often than not, what happens is when it becomes so overwhelming, men shut down.
Yeah.
They literally would just close up.
yeah.
All their walls will go up, and then it appears they are insensitive, they are inconsiderate, without necessarily considering what they're actually going through.
Exactly.
I have lost a lot of friends and partners because there was a period in my life where I was going through it. And that period coincided with the COVID lockdown. So imagine going through all this and not having human contact. All I had.
Even with human contact,
you understand?
Because they've abandoned you. You can't really even call them on phone or anything.
You get up and then you have to just do what it is you are supposed to.
Yeah.
Your default setting,
which
usually is a routine, which more often than not is work. So men who bury themselves in work.
247.
247, because that is the only thing that gives them a sense of, I have to get up and do this. I have to get up and do that.
Fulfillment for them. That's purpose.
Exactly. And in my case, I remember there was a period. I probably my social battery was so low. I was still on radio at that time. My social battery was so low. I took a leave of absence. I probably maybe ate twice in a 3-week period. So that's like 2 meals. I'll just, the best I'll do is just drink water. I'll lock myself in. People in my apartment building didn't even know. I was at home.
That
do you know what I mean?
Isolation is up. See, you were going through that mental health. I would say you're trying to deal with it. And then the isolation comes in. It's just straight to the roof. Because that is when you actually need people around you. It's not about how the money they will give you or the food they'll get you or anything, but that companionship. That's actually, you need people to just share your issues with, and that was gone.
And sometimes it's you're not looking for pity.
Yes.
You're not looking for you just want someone, because women who fight me for this. Men are very good listeners.
Oh, facts. That is true. 100%. That is true.
Men are very, very good listeners, right? Who is the listener's listener?
Big question.
The woman who claim they are the listener's listener.
Because men are not even conditioned to go to their fellow men to pour it out.
Yeah.
Who dare you? Do you know what I mean? And it grows into so much mental health issues. So much, I'm not trying to, go into so much details, but there was a point in my life where just meeting people gave me crazy panic attacks.
Wow. That's hard.
Because of how crazy it was. I'll give you an example. There's an artist, right? She's doing really, really well. I used to, support her a lot when I was on radio. And I hadn't gone out for like 8 months.
Yeah.
And then she said, yo, I am releasing my EP. And by this time I was neck deep in whatever it was I was going through. She said, I'm releasing my EP and you've supported me so much. I cannot not have you
at the
listening. So I was like, sure, it's you. I'll pull up for you. So I get up, I go to this event. It was happening at I'm not going to because else it will be very, very specific. But it was happening at a big artist's house. Right. So and the person knows a lot of people in the industry. So people came to support her a lot. I get there, I park, and I get down. I walk to the gate. They usher me in, and I see a lot of people, and I start hyperventilating. I couldn't breathe. I had a panic attack. And I literally had to go back to the car. I sat there for almost an hour, just trying to catch my breath. I called 4 people. 3 of them were like my guys.
Close,
And Charlie, what's up? Where they? Yo, I did some side. I go call you back.
Straight.
You see, yo, I go call you back, and it's because, and I don't blame them. We are not conditioned to sense men going through stuff. But if it was a girl, if I was a girl and I called this guy and say, even the tone, the person would ask, "Are you okay?"
But Tiah, see, I want to take it from two angles with respect to ego, right? So I know, come on, if I see you going through something, I can see it, right? With all this conditioning of don't engage in these kind of emotions, right? Me who is observing what you're going through, my ego will not allow me to ask you if you're okay, because then I'm putting myself in that space to have a conversation around these emotions. Then you, on the other hand, also can't, same ego, you don't want to be seen as weak, because then these are normally, emotions of a weaker vessel, right? You are crying, you are all sad, you need some pampering, or you need someone to listen, someone to talk to, someone to listen to you, or anything like that. All seemingly emotions of a weaker vessel, right? So your ego is also preventing you from just sharing, even without me asking.
And you're just making me realize what I did. Because when I called these friends of mine, instead of saying that I wasn't okay, I said, "Yo, Charlie, I did some side. You go come, I beg, come make we go some events." Instead of saying, "Yo, this is what happened," I said, "Oh, come accompany me, make we go some events."
Exactly. So in his
Do you understand
mind,
what I
he's
mean?
not coming to help. He's
Yes.
Charlie, one of the regular chains.
So exactly. So it goes both ways. Being able to be vulnerable, and then allowing someone into your vulnerabilities. It is very, very hard. I mean, I'm just hoping that the entire mental health, mental emotional well-being of men, it's the whole paradigm shifts, because men are going through it. They are going through it.
This is how my shirt.
But sharing in your emotions probably plays ego to be the demon in this state, right? Not letting you let your friends know what was actually happening to you. Sometimes it's not even ego. You just don't have anyone to be in your corner. Because I remember in university, first year university, I knew absolutely nothing of what I was going to do. All I knew was that I've signed up for a marketing course. I didn't know anything about it, because I thought that if I like, talking to people the more and, interacting with people, that is marketing, selling something, that is marketing. But first year, I realized that no, what I have chosen, it is very, very, very deep. And I had no friends. Because one, I'm a poor child. My parents don't have. My daddy is struggling so hard, and I appreciate this man so well, but I did not grow up with him, which is understanding. Then now I go into this new circle that I'm being offered, a scholarship to do something new. Now I don't have anyone in my corner to do anything for me. Then I began to break down, because what to eat, I don't have. What to wear is limited. And this is university, for crying out loud. You have to look the part. You have to look there, because you are meeting a lot of people who already have, and the societal pressure is there so much. So the first thing I thought was if I'm going to sit down and go through all this, why don't I end my life? Let me just commit suicide for everything to go away. But then I realized that if I end my life, the money they are going to spend on the funeral, can't they use that money to take care of me? But then the funeral has to happen before they can even get the money and come out. So I think that we don't just have to play around ego. We have to make sure that we are there for one another. Just find somebody. I mean, it was very difficult for me to find somebody, because I feel like if I say it, somebody will use it as a newspaper and read it all out to people. And my issue will be what the pastor will use to preach in the school. And I'll be all over the place. How do we now correct this thing that we have to find refuge in our fellow men?
So I get where you're coming from, but I don't think it's ego. I mean, ego plays a huge role, but I don't think ego is the reason we can't talk to. I think the problem is, how are you even going to start talking about it? What are you going to say?
Learn from women.
Let's test a
Yeah.
let's do
Something,
like a
something.
quick
I mean,
simulation
yeah.
right now.
So
You are going through it.
I'm going through it.
Your woman take share you.
Yeah.
Come meet them.
Yeah.
Then in a very compromising situation, you probably wish you were in.
I was the one, who was in, then someone is in.
Yeah, you understand what I mean. In things that you
Yeah.
didn't even think she could do.
And right.
Maybe you ask me she do them one or
Which
two
she don't
times. She
do.
say no,
No,
she
I don't
doesn't
go for
believe
this
I
thing.
can't. But you come, she's
Some
neck
people say
deep
tell you,
in
oh,
it.
you see him.
You understand,
The first, if I'm calling
right?
you on the phone or
then,
if I'm texting you,
then and this matter, you make a slide. I'm sorry, it's not what you think, blah blah blah. But because you are loving, you're like, okay, fine, let's move on with our lives. But it keeps coming up,
Yeah.
and then it is spoil matter. Then you go back to you seeing something that happened in 19 Kojo who. So you are choked up with emotion.
Yeah.
You call Oheneba Nurudeen. How are you even going to start? Let's do all right. 3, 2, 1, and action.
Now this action thing has taken everything away.
Yeah. Come on.
Why did you have to do
Calm down,
1, 2,
calm
3
down.
action?
No, calm down.
Oh, no, listen. No, how are
The
you
point
going to
is,
start?
basically my voice, if it's a call, my voice will let you know that I'm not okay. That's the first thing. Because I'm in that state already. So it's very low, probably shaky.
But he could think you just woke up.
If he's my friend and he knows me, he knows when I wake up, my voice is never like that. You
Right.
understand? So
Yes.
I'm shaky, I'm teary, and it's sounding in I mean, my voice is choked, all that, right? And I mentioned the girl's name first to you. So there and then he's getting the signal that Charlie, already the voice be some way. He's mentioned the girl's name. Something is coming. So he would want to listen to me. And then I can go on with the story and let him know whatever happened. And I'm giving you everything detailed.
So do you think that what you just played out is easy for an everyday man?
It's not easy. I know it's not easy. It took me a while to get there, right? It didn't happen. It wasn't my MO. It wasn't my default. Like growing up, I could just, because I didn't even see my father do that. Right? The first time I saw my father cry, I think that day he was actually going through it because we were living in a double story, and then I climbed upstairs, went to the balcony. He was just there, big space. There was a chair. He was sitting in the middle, and his eyes were bloodshot. Like, he was just sitting there. And I looked at him. The sun is scorched you, but he did it. Just looking at him. I shook a bit and I went back. So, I don't know, something innate in me told me he needs alone time. That was the first time I saw my father cry. And then I moved, for example, I started thinking, doesn't he have anybody to talk to? Why would he be in this situation at that time? I'm from a divorced home, right? So at that time he hadn't remarried. He was a single father by then. When I saw him, everything just, I'm like, it be so my life go day, so many things I was thinking about, right? So from that point, I just said, no, I need to try and see how, to do things to avoid getting here. Mind you, I didn't know what he was going through. It could be that he wants to be in the sun, right? But the way I saw it, based on everything that happened in my family, I'm like, Charlie, it could be any of these things, and I didn't want to be that.
Okay. So picking from your story, right? It's sad that you had to walk into something like that. But if maybe with the understanding you have now, if you walked in on a woman crying or it looks like the person had been crying, would you think, like you thought then, would you think and say, maybe she needs an alone time?
No.
You won't.
100% no.
But when you see a man,
It's,
your first option, your first is,
That he can handle it.
Yeah.
He
why?
needs this time.
Why can't we, because
So-
the essence of being present for someone when the person is going through it,
yeah.
don't assume.
Yeah.
let the person say, "Can I be alone first?" But if it is a woman, you wait. You go put your hand. Are you okay? What's wrong?
let me
Talk
tell
to
you,
me. They'll say, "No, I want to be alone." Say, "No, talk to me.
Oh,
What is
yeah,
wrong?
you know.
No, leave me. I want to be alone. No, I won't leave you alone. What is wrong with you?
You know,
Tell me."
yeah.
But do you understand?
Yeah. But
Why?
See, the reason why I also
you are with this.
It
reason why
is
actually-
what it is. It is what it is. You know what I mean? Yeah.
you've been through that.
You know what I mean? Yeah,
You did go on a daily.
Yeah. You know, are you okay? No, you just tell me.
So to be fair, the reason I got to the conclusion of I didn't want to be that was because I felt like that was generational.
Right.
He was sitting there and would not want to share or would not want to talk to anybody because that's what he's also been quote unquote programmed with. Right. And at that point I realized that was happening to me.
Right.
So that is why I had to change it. So ordinarily, if I had been, brought up, as a woman to show my emotions, feel it, live my emotions and a lot of those things, maybe when I saw him, I would have approached him. It all comes from the training we get as we are growing up. Boys are we are trained differently in a way. Girls are trained differently in a way. This is what you're supposed to do. This is how you're supposed to live your life. And we did not see the kind of impact. I was lucky to see that happen for me early in my life.
Right.
For me to want, to have a paradigm shift and be different. But how many men are out there who have the same thing?
So I think right now, the question is how can we, what are the systems, or do we need to put together some sort of curriculum? What are we doing to help men navigate these problems?
That's why I say less is here.
The very first thing is say less.
That's why I say less is here too.
The very first thing.
Instead of them to answer the question, they are promoting their show.
All right, so you'll be seeing familiar faces here because we'll be calling on our everyday man to join us in the studios to have meaningful and insightful discussions that will help you and I. I mean, me personally, because I'm a young man, coming up, so I need to learn a lot.
So yes, a lot of this, and many other things you are going to see here on Say Less. We were pleased to have Tiah Alidu on.
Introduce me well.
What do you want me to say?
What do you want us to say again?
Tell them who are me.
I beg, introduce
me,
yourself. Drop your social media handles.
No.
Young man, you are wrapping up.
Your
name and your social media handles.
Have you seen that Wild and Out episode that Kevin Hart said he won't come out until Nick Cannon? I should have done that.
Your name and social media handles,
Follow me at Tiah Alidu everywhere.
Please spell it.
Yeah.
TIAHALDU.
So for someone to go and say Tiah.
Yes. But all jokes aside, very proud of you guys.
Thank you. That's real.
I wish you all the greatest.
You just said,
I wish you guys so many sponsors on your show.
Amen.
Thank you.
So that
thank you. Money.
So that next time I come, you can afford to buy me.
Because
clearly, guys, please, I beg you, come and sponsor their show so that they can buy my jollof for me.
Your jollof is here. It's okay. It's okay.
Where is it?
It's here.
Where is it?
We need to end the show so I go and pick it up.
Guys, don't subscribe.
All right, guys. So thank you so much. But before we end, we have to do a very big shout out to our clothing sponsor, Voskos.
Please let me. I just want to stand up for this.
Just do.
You understand?
I'm also a life coach.
That's who I am.
Among other things.
I am also a life coach.
Yeah.
Oh,
so everything you see from head to toe is by Voskos, and we love you.
He doesn't want to stand because we are taller than him.
Please make sure you follow him on all social media and buy his clothes. We'll be wearing amazing outfits produced by him and sponsored by him as well. So Voskos GH.
No, Voskos _GH.
VOSKOS _GH.
on
Please
Instagram,
do so.
yes.
And also follow me on social media platforms. My name is Oheneba Nurudeen.
My name is Crispy K. I am Crispy K everywhere. Charlie, let's chit chat. Let's get into it.
All right, thank you guys for tuning into the show. We really appreciate you guys so much.
What was that?
Catch us next week
That's
on
that.
the Say Less show.
Cats.
You guys. Follow us everywhere.
Hey.
Subscribe. Do the thing in the comment thingy. Click, clack.
It's
leave your
called
comment.
subscribe and click on post notifications.
Thank
The
you
bell icon.
for coming
Can
to my
we end
show.
now? Can we
your
end the
show.
show now?
Yeah, Crispy, thank you for coming onto my show. Oheneba, thank you for coming onto my show. And catch you guys next week. Okay. Bye.
Allez dans la cour. S'il vous plaît, allez dans la